Hi guys, it's Mary from Glimpse and Beyond, and we have a guest today, Gypsy Mama. Tanya.
Hello.
Tanya's her name, Gypsy Mama. How are you today?
Hello, everyone. I'm so good. I'm definitely feeling the eclipse.
Yes, yes. Tell me about the eclipse, please, because I'm feeling it all day.
I know. And we have been, right? Like we feel eclipses, we've been feeling this energy for the last month, but it's here. And I think a lot of people are really feeling it.
Yes.
So it's a new moon, which, new moon eclipses are, I feel like this eclipse is all about change,
Oh,
and it's
God,
really,
yes.
making some like meaningful changes, right?
Yep.
And like Scorpio is what we're in. So we've just entered, it's a
Mhm.
Scorpio eclipse, so a water sign.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, a lot of people could also be feeling a lot of emotions right now. Let those emotions flow. I've had to like I grounding for me, a really good one is taking baths. So I'm doing a lot
Yes.
of like salt baths right now to
Yeah.
help with these energy.
Yes. Yes. I've been telling people on my channel because we went through the purge a couple months ago. I call it the purge where all the emotions
Yeah.
came. And like the last 2 weeks, all of it came back.
Yes.
And we're like, okay, second purge. And I got done with it
Yeah.
a couple of days ago. So I'm like, all right, thank you, Eclipse. Thank you. I'm done with the purging again. And it's
It's
like
so
full
true.
on
I remember,
purging.
yeah, I got on one of your lives. I think it was like a couple Mondays ago. And I was like, what is happening?
Yes,
And you reminded me, you're like, it's the purge.
it's
It's
the
the purge.
purge. I don't know what else to call it because I'm like, it's the most random stuff that comes to mind that you thought
Yeah.
you cleared like 14 years ago. But no, hey, hi,
Now
we're
back.
here again. I'm like, fantastic.
We're
Okay.
here. But it's all to really like help us, like it's all to help us like fully let this all go so that we can step into our true authenticity,
Yes.
and shine, like to really shine our light. Yeah, I think just like every time I think about this eclipse, it's just the word change is just like coming into my head. um Scorpios are their passion,
Oh, yeah.
their depth, right? So there's a lot of like, there's mystery, there's
Yep.
sensuality vibe. Taboo is another one that comes
Yep.
to Scorpio mind. Vulnerability, right?
Yep.
Like I feel like a lot of people are feeling really vulnerable right now.
Yeah. I think that's part of the
And
purge, but yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And showing you like boundaries. This is showing you where you need to put up your boundaries, where you need to honor other people's boundaries,
Yes.
where maybe you have been lacking in, your own boundaries.
Yes. Yes. And that's something that I tried to tell on my channel because almost all of us are empaths and we know it, but you got to understand, like, you're a sponge when you go outside. So you're absorbing all this from the collective and you have to find a way to just cleanse it. And you can't do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And I love that you share that. You are so great at sharing, like, even working with cards and stuff, like
yes.
how important it is to always be clearing in, like you just said, before you go out, put
Yes.
up some protection before you go out. After you come back home, cleanse and clear. And it
Yes.
doesn't have to be something big,
No,
call,
you
I
could
mean,
just,
I work with angel guides, so I'll call
yes.
upon my angel guides to help cleanse and clear. The violet flame with Saint
Yes.
Germain.
Yep.
You talk about selenite a lot. I also have
Yes.
selenite like all over my house.
All over my house. I got it like
All
every
over my,
room. My
yeah,
husband's
I'm
like,
the same.
he's like, do we have enough? I'm like, no, there's more coming.
No,
Yeah,
never.
it's fine.
I always love how you show that. I'm like, me too, girl, me too.
Yes, I have so much, and it's needed though. It's really needed, and you have to have a
It
sacred
is.
space where you do your cards, and just heck, I
Yes,
think everyone needs a sacred space just to be.
yes,
Meditate, just be.
yes. And
Connect
this time
with
too
yourself.
is, I
Yeah.
feel like the Scorpio, this eclipse is really is getting people to have some alone time, to
Yes.
really go inwards, check in with your like your inner compass, right? That inner
Yeah.
compass, your intuition is going to show you right now. Like it is such a great time to really go inward, be alone, and it's
Yeah.
okay. Like,
Yeah, I was telling her before we came on, like, you guys know my husband's been retired for like 6 whole months, 6 weeks. God, I almost said months. Time has no meaning. It's all good.
Yeah.
They called him back to work because he works on the pools. And they're having a problem with the pool because no one
Mm.
knows what else is going on. You know how it goes. So he's like, should I go in? And I'm like, go. I have stuff to do. Like, please. I love you,
Yeah.
but get out. Like, I
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. And that's so, like, we were talking about this off camera, and it's
Yeah.
so important to honor those times of
Yeah.
like, he needs to go do his thing and you need your time, right?
Yeah.
And especially in relationships, because I feel like a lot of times we're like, oh no, we just always have to be with each other and doing things together. No, 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 no. We're
No.
all
No.
separate people. Like we've, like whether you're in a relationship or not, you're your own person and you need your own time.
Yes.
And
Yes. That's super, super
when,
important, you guys. Take your time.
yeah, take your time, especially when energies are high like this.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I don't mean it meanly, but like even from your kids, sometimes you just need like give me a half hour, let me take a bath, like alone,
Yeah.
like by myself.
Yeah.
You know, it gets hard.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for mentioning that, Mary, because that was a really hard thing for me to come, especially as a solo parent. It was
Yes.
really hard for me to be like, I need to take 20 minutes right now to do a meditation and center. Otherwise, I'm not the kind of mom I want to be right now. But
Right.
taking that time, and now my kids know, oh yeah, mom just has to do a meditation, or mom's going to take a bath, or step outside and just ground myself. And it's
What a
like,
wonderful thing to teach them, though. That's amazing. They're seeing
yeah.
it in practice. I love that.
Yeah. But I feel like so many people don't do that because we feel like I mean, society has made us felt like we're being selfish for doing those kind of things.
Yes.
But it's the complete opposite, right?
Yep.
It's you are giving yourself the love that you need, the care that you need in order to then give to others, those around you. You can't give them an empty cup. Like you just can't.
No, you
It
can't. Yeah. Yeah, we have to fill ourselves up first before we could do anything for anybody. And people have to honor that. It's a great time, like you had said, for setting boundaries right now.
it is. Yeah, it truly is. And it's like you know, boundaries is another thing that has been a hard one for me, but I feel like as you progress on your journey, your boundaries change as well too, right? There's more
Yeah.
things that you're like, I'm not gonna put up with those kind of energies anymore. Or like I find myself where I don't really do a lot of things outside, things that I maybe used to do, which would have been fun,
Yeah,
or
I don't
people would
either.
because
I
I'm
don't
like, I
either.
just don't want to,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to be around those energies. Those aren't
Yeah.
things that I want to be around. I want to have conversations like this, and I want to
Yes.
meaningful, right? And things that are gonna help progress like our journeys together.
Yes. We have found our people, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic. And I love that we've kind of all found each other online. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
highlighting everybody. And I love doing that because we're all so the same, but so different.
Yes.
And it's beautiful.
Yes.
And
It
it
is
is
so
time for
beautiful.
the divine feminine. I'm just saying, we're back. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, we're here.
Hello. We're all
I
getting
love
together
that.
again. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love how, like you said, how we just all find each other, right? We've
Yes.
got similar people in our chats and our channels,
Uh-huh.
and I had found it was through you had done an interview with Marin, and then it was
Yes.
like that's how I first found you. And it was instantly I was like, who is this woman? I need to like click, I follow her, I need to put on her alarm. And then I saw Ava is in your like you do, and
Yes.
then the other night, the one with Ava that you did.
Yes.
Oh, that
She's
was so
fantastic.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic.
You like the two of you together was so beautiful. Like she was shining. You were just like this beautiful
Thank
encouragement
you.
for her.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved it. And that's where, again, it's just like all these amazing people are coming together. We're all growing and learning with each other.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I loved it because it's very hard, as you know, until you get people who aren't in YouTube, you won't know this, but until you get so many followers, we can't go live on the YouTube platform. Like we have to find a different way to do it.
Yes.
So I know Ava's going to get there. So I'm like, let's just try it and see how it
Yeah.
goes. She knows how it runs and everything. I'm like, it's not as easy as what people think.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Especially when you're
And that's
doing tarot cards, because that can be like a whole half-hour appointment just to do one
yeah,
person, you know? You're
exactly.
like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's I love how you brought that up because it's we've gone away from again society putting us against each other, this competition, and
Right.
it's really about coming together. How can we help each other? Like how can we
Absolutely.
showcase other people's like gifts and abilities? And that's where this beauty of me opening up to YouTube and finding these communities and these
Yep.
people and being like, wow, like these are my people, like these are the kind of people that I want to spend energy with and
Right.
spend my time with. So
Yeah, my
yeah.
guides threw me on YouTube. They tried at the end of last year. They really tried. And I was just like, no. And it kept bugging me. I'm like, you know how much I hate to be in front of the camera. They're like, but go. And I'm like, but go. And I'm like, fine. I went on and I've never had more fun. I've met like
I
so
know.
many fantastic people. And I'm like, I don't know why I was resisting this for so long. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
fantastic.
me too. I was the same. I was like, I don't. It was actually John Claude and Janine when
Janine. Yep.
they could still do videos.
Right.
And it was a video I was watching on my 40th birthday, and it was a reading for somebody else, but it just, which I mean, with a lot of readings, it
Yeah.
may
Take what
resonate with people,
resonates with
right?
you. Right.
Yeah. And they were talking about like if you have something to say, just do it, get out there. If it's YouTube, if it's
Yes.
whatever, just start it. And then I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Good
I
for
had no
you.
idea what I was gonna share or what I was gonna say. And just like you said, I have not had so much fun and met so many amazing people and connections that I have, like I just can't imagine if I wouldn't have done that,
Right.
because
And
it's not easy.
yeah, because I sit here now and I'm just like, God, I couldn't imagine not doing this, you know?
I
I still don't,
agree.
I don't necessarily like when they wake me up in the morning, they kind of want to throw me on like without makeup and stuff. So now I've learned to like, I'm like, it can wait till after I'm showered. I promise.
Yeah. Well, you look gorgeous. I've noticed that the last, like, you're just glowing. The last few videos I've seen of you, I'm just like, not that you weren't before, but
Well,
there's
I know.
something different.
I've
I
relaxed
definitely,
and I set
yeah,
more boundaries,
there you go.
which I
There you
needed.
go.
I really needed for people out there that don't read or anything. When you do readings a lot, and I've always been a channeler, so I'm very used to doing that, but it saps a lot of you doing it for the collective.
Yeah.
So I just had to step back into me.
Yeah.
And now everything's back again. Plus, for a little
Yeah.
while, everything was above my pay grade, which I love how they tell me that because there's like I'll ask a question and they're like, oh, it's above your pay grade.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I've been doing this for like 54 years. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, just a little something, like a little. Nope. I'm like, all right, because I
Yeah.
don't want to ruin anything. I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
They can,
I
they
love that
can,
because you're so good at the boundaries part of like of certain things where you're like, nope, I'm not going to answer that, or I'm not, like they're not giving me an answer for that. And that is a big one because I feel like you just said, when you are reading for the collective, sometimes you almost get put in this like, oh, maybe I should, and it's like, no, you have to have those boundaries.
you do.
Again, boundaries. It's like,
Then boundaries, yes. And people, I know everyone wants an answer because who doesn't? But like you still have to do the work. Like I
yes.
can tell you what the answer is, but you're going to have to do the work to feel it.
Yeah. That again, that going inwards. And you're really good for teaching people, like, the answer to that already, and
Yes,
reminding people, like, because that's a big thing, is reminding people, check in with your inner compass. What is that inner compass telling you? So yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful to have found you
oh,
because
thank
I
you so
get so
much.
much from all of your videos.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. I like to do the short little videos because it just gets it out there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
trusting your gut is like so huge. And I just tell people, I'm like, that first thought that comes to mind, trust it. Don't before you
Trust
can
that.
talk yourself out of it or why you
Yeah.
can't do it. You know how it
I
goes.
know. How many times have you looked back and been like, why didn't I go with my first instinct of what I was feeling about something?
Yep. Yeah, we all have,
Yeah,
hindsight's 2020 and everything, but like listen to yourself. Like we know better now. We know
yeah,
better.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing with this Scorpio full moon is it's really close to Venus still. So
Okay.
we're still feeling, the love planet, abundance. So
Yes.
we're still feeling that. So I feel like a lot of people, again, with relationships, a lot of stuff came up with the purge.
Yes. Yes,
But
it
I feel
did.
like for people doing the work, right, this is gonna like it's a wonderful time to like be propelled into the direction that you want for love and abundance in your life.
Yes.
So yeah, I just like really harnessing these energies. Like I feel with any of the energies, we've been having so many, right? It's like almost like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Like this morning, I was like, all right,
Hold
okay,
on,
hold. Everyone just hold in
hold
your
on,
spot. Right. Yes. Yes.
hold on. I need a breather here.
Right. I'm like, okay, just let me have my coffee. Then you can start up again. So let's go. You
I'm
know,
still like trying to get it in me, just like, okay, okay.
I feel
But
you.
it is,
Yes.
yeah. And it's like trying to figure out, okay, so how do I work with these energies? How can I use them to help better me in this journey that I'm on, opposed to letting them take you over, right?
Correct. Yes.
And that usually is grounding, going inward, centering yourself. I use essential oils, so I'll grab different essential oils just to
Yes.
help bring me back.
Yep.
Do I
Like
need grounding? Do I need uplifting?
yep, I saged this morning. I was burning Palo Santo. I'm just like, I just need like 5 minutes. Like I sent my husband to work. Like I told the cat to sleep in the sunbeam. Like you're good. Like I'm right upstairs. Just sleep.
Yeah.
He has separation anxiety. I'm still in the house.
Hmm.
He's like, but if I
Hmm.
close the door, he's like a little kid. Like I see the little paw. Like I know you're in.
Oh,
He's 14.
like he's
But
like,
I've been,
Mama, don't
he
leave me.
is. He is. He's like, you've deserted me. And I'm like, I have not. I'm
Yeah,
right here.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
I promise, little boy, I'm right here.
Yeah. Oh.
He's so cute. I love him. He's my spirit animal.
Yeah, my cat, I have a cat and he's my daughter's like spirit animal for
Yeah,
sure.
you
Those
just
two
know.
have
Oh yeah.
such a bond. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And she's the one who's actually asked me. She wants to dive into that. She's like, I want to
Good.
know if we've had past lives together and stuff. And I was like, well, I think you already know the answer to that, but
Yes, tell her to trust her gut.
yeah.
Just if she wants confirmation. Yes, yes, they have. They have.
Mm, I'll let her know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but tell her just to
Oh,
explore it more. But they did confirm. They're like, oh yeah, like,
yeah.
like, duh. You know,
Yeah.
she's a little kid.
Well, and that's what
Okay.
I love that like at her age, she's like, she's noticing that, right? And she's like, yeah, we've like, I think we've had past lives together. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Mhm."
I think that's fantastic that you're talking about that with her because, like I said, I'm so fortunate that I grew up with my gifts and I had my mom and my Grammy. They guided me, they helped me. It's just I couldn't talk about them in public because it was
Right.
like heated back then. But I grew up reading the Star and Inquirer. Who knew that was real news?
Oh,
I did.
I know. Right?
I'm like, I did
I
apparently.
tell my kids about that too when we're at the grocery store. I'll be like, if you want like any of those things to be like somewhat like news,
Realistic.
actually,
Yeah.
that's the one there that you want to
Yes, the one
read.
that was talking about the UFOs like 30 years ago. Yes, that's the one I wanted. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's such,
Yeah.
and that's, I do try because I feel like so many kids, I mean, like all of us have been kids
Yes.
at some point and have
Yeah.
had, our gifts and abilities, stifled or like told that it was evil or wrong or not to do that.
Yes.
So, you talking about, I love how you talk about your mom and your grandma and Grammy, right? How do you call
Yeah.
it? Your
I call her
Grammy?
Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always called her.
Yeah,
She's
I
my
love
Grammy. And it was fascinating
I
because
love that.
everyone loves the idea that I grew up in a funeral home because we lived with my Grammy for a little while. I'm like, it was quite nice, but like I didn't know a lot because I think I was one.
Right.
But like 1 to 4 were fantastic. It was wild. It was fantastic. But I learned
Yeah,
how to separate negative from positive. It
that's
gave me
huge.
guidelines, it gave me boundaries. Like you don't realize when you learn it that young how much it carries. So
Yeah.
I love that
One
kids
to
growing
seven.
up with this. Yep.
Yeah, up to 7 years old is such important years for children. And yeah, like my oldest daughter, she's a amazing artist and she's drawing ETs, like
Oh, fantastic.
detailed, like detailed things. And these are where people like, you know, Megan Rose, that I bought her book so that she could like explore that more. And, you know, we watch different movies and stuff, and she's like, she knows these things. She'll be like, oh, that's a gray, or that's, you know, all these different
Has
things. And
she
I'm
ever
like,
told you that she's been visited by them? Do you think she's been visited?
I've asked her if she has, and she doesn't think so, but I think she is in her sleep. Like, I think
She
they're
is
coming
in
to
her
her because
nighttime.
she'll wake
Yep.
up. Yeah. She'll wake up and she do these drawings, and I'm like, whoa, like where did this come from?
Yeah. Yeah. They're literally showing me like Area 51, but wait, she was right there. It's fantastic. And they love that. And they're not
Yeah.
harming her. They're kind of
Yeah.
gently introducing.
Oh, I
I think
love
that's,
that.
oh my God, what a great family. I love that.
Oh, and I'm originally from New Mexico, so I've always felt this huge connection to Area 51.
Oh, yeah, you have. Oh, there's so much going on there. People don't know. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
all you got to do is go to Hoover Dam and stand there for like 2 seconds. Oh, the
Yeah.
energy is like intense. We did that once because we'd been to Vegas 100 million times and we never went to Hoover Dam. So I'm
Yeah.
like, let's do Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I was like,
I know.
and now we've done Hoover Dam. And that was like when they were just putting in the bad stuff, the statues and stuff. And I'm
Right.
like, well, I don't understand what's going on here, but holy crap.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, I need to move
Amazing.
now. So we moved
Yeah.
along. So I'm like, this is fantastic. Okay. I love it when energy
Oh,
does that. Like I'll literally bounce. And my husband's like,
yeah.
you're vibrating. I'm like, I know. I need to get out of here. You know?
That's another thing actually with this eclipse. People might be feeling like they have to move, like they might be being felt propelled into like literally getting up and moving to different places. Change
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
With so
Change.
much change.
Yeah. I think everybody's getting ready for that. And people keep asking me if they should move. And I'm kind of like, I'm kind of putting them in a hold pattern, not on purpose, but they keep telling me like to expect delays.
Right. Yeah.
But what they're showing me is like road sign delays. So
Okay.
I I'm on YouTube, so bear with me. I caution it like maybe, a military policeman might be directing traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So just be
Mm-hmm.
on the lookout. It could
Be on
happen.
the
So
lookout.
you might be on a delay.
Yeah.
And I know the whole housing market, you thought 2008 was a tower moment. Just wait.
Yeah, well, that's another thing is this the last time that an eclipse like this happened was all, and I don't remember all the years, but I know 2008, I think 1929, and there's a few of them which were the biggest, like I think it was like right after that was where the biggest financial, yeah, we got to watch what we say on here, but
Yeah, it's
like
the biggest tower moment in the financial sector.
there we go.
How I say it, people usually will get that. I was
Don't know what that
literally,
means.
my husband and I were going to Vegas in 2008 when that happened. You should have seen the panic because people could watch TV on the flight.
Oh
I used to
yeah.
work investment banking before I got sick and was pulled out. And now when you look back and you see how horrid, I'm like, I don't understand how I ever got them, but it's all good. Once one person on the plane heard that, everyone was like coming to my seat. And I was just like, okay, I don't know what the hell's even happening. They're like, oh my God, the market's going down. They were showing me, and I'm like, holy crap. They're like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, money market, just move it to the money market. I'm like,
Mhm.
not a licensed financial person.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
they're calling people from the plane. I'm like, holy crap. We landed, and my husband and I just grabbed each other, and I'm like, I need to get off this plane.
Yeah.
I'm like,
To get out of
I just need to get off this plane for no bad reason, but let me off this plane.
Yeah, yeah. That would be a hard one to be like up in the air in a plane when all that stuff.
Oh my God, it was insane. I'm not a drinker or anything, but I was like, oh dear God, don't I wish I was? Because I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
you're like right now I kind of would like to be.
Yeah, or like, God, if I had known this was coming, I so would have feigned sleep. I would have just pretended I was asleep. Oh, I have no idea.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we'll see, right? Like,
It's going to happen again. And I've been warning my people. Everyone knows. And every card I've pulled the past month, any spread I've done, tower card for anything, housing, finances, you know,
power card.
yep,
Yeah.
education. Oh yeah, everything. Tower card.
Yeah. And it has to, right? Because the balance, like we've gotten so far
Oh my
that
God.
we need to come back to that balance.
Yep.
It has to, like, that's just the only way is, and things have to crumble and crash in order to be rebuilt and
Correct.
made
That's,
new.
that's
Yeah.
why we're here, because we're going to have to help rebuild, and we're all good
Yeah,
with that. And it's going to be fantastic.
exactly. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we got this. We got this. It's going to be great. So what have
Yeah,
you
it's
been
all about manifesting, right?
doing?
Stay in that vibration of what do you want, opposed to like, don't let yourself be brought into that fear, right? The fear
Correct.
of what all those people on the plane were feeling
Yep.
like. Focus on like, what is it that you do want? What life do you want to be living? What are you calling into your life?
Yep.
Tap in when things, like when an emotion comes to you, honor that emotion, but first check in, is this my emotion? Is this the collective? Ask again, check in with your
Yep.
spiritual compass, ask your spirit guides or your angel guides,
Yep.
source, to help you if you're struggling, and
Yeah.
then get back to the gratitude. For me is like, if I can come back to a place of, in this now moment, what can I focus on that I'm grateful for? It just changes everything.
It does. It really, really, really does. And I have always followed the psychics from like the Inquirer and the Star, and Tamara is one of them
Yeah.
in Australia. I love her cancel.
Yes.
It
Yes. I
works.
love Tamara's cancel.
Yes, I'm like, whenever it comes in, I don't care where you are. If a negative thought comes in, just be like, okay, like acknowledge it. Well, thank you for showing up, but I'm moving on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
replace it with a positive. And it works.
Exactly.
It really works. You just got to practice it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
I don't like to put his face on.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Yeah. I know this looks weird, but I just
She's
he
the
wants
mama
mama
bear, you guys,
like,
and let her be. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, just go like that.
There we
I'll
go.
let him
Look at
be
that
here with
moon.
us, but
As we're talking
we
about the
do.
eclipse.
Yeah, we know he wants to see, but we know what the internet can be like. So
I
that's
understand.
I am way more protective now than I was with my girls when I didn't know so well, and I was still on like Facebook and stuff and posting photos of my kid.
If it's any help to you, just in this now moment, just so you know, white hats are in full control,
Yes,
which is
thank you.
good.
Yes, that's
Which is good. They're in full control. It's just not known widely yet.
yes, yeah.
So, because I kept thinking, I keep asking, because they told me it would only be for a little while that we would be on YouTube. And I'm like, so about 3 weeks ago, they're like, oh, no, YouTube's going to be forever. I'm like, they're like, it's the only one that people use to do everything.
Yeah,
Like, if you even,
yeah.
there's people who don't know how to change a light bulb, like they'll YouTube how to change a light bulb.
So
I'm like,
yeah.
holy crap, you got a freaking point.
It is so true. There are so many things that I've, with my kids, because I unschool my kids. So
Good.
we'll be like, how do we do this, or how look, and I'm always like, well, let's YouTube it. Like, let's look it
Yes.
up. Like that's, and so it's so true that YouTube is the one that it's getting cleaned up, right? Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're being shown by the amount of censorship, things that we
Yes.
can't say on here, but
Yes.
that's to show people so that they can understand like
Yeah.
how bad
Yeah.
it
And then,
was, but not anymore.
right. And I think once everything's exposed, people like our friend Janine will be welcomed back, along with other people, like there's people that I used to follow a long time ago, like Simon Parks. He's a great speaker. I don't know if you've ever heard him. Charlie Ward.
Yeah.
I don't know
All
where
these
they're at.
people, right?
All these people are just off. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
like they need to
yeah,
come back, and just because they give you both sides of every story.
exactly.
And that's what we
Exactly.
need. That's what we need.
Yeah. And you just take what resonates and you leave the rest, right? And
Yes.
that's, yeah. I actually saw a clip this morning of part of and apparently you can't even say the whole tour's name.
You can't.
I
No,
didn't know that.
I know.
I was saying that yesterday and I didn't realize, but the big tour happening in the States right now.
Correct. Yes. Of pig.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of Patriots, yeah. And it was a clip of Janine speaking, and oh my goodness, she she is destined for the stage, like the big stage. So
Yeah, but she was starting to break out, which was nice to see, because you can only do what she was doing for so long because it saps so much energy.
yeah,
When you're doing it for the collective like that, holy crap.
so much.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you've ever done a live with a lot of your audience just wanting readings, but it's like,
Yeah, I can't really I it's so much energy that I haven't really done that yet, because I know that I'm like, I don't think I'm quite ready to give that much energy yet. Like I'll pull some cards, usually some oracle cards. I feel better doing that,
yeah,
but like
oracle cards are
tarot's a
awesome.
whole nother, like that's why I said like your video with Ava, like for
Mhm.
people to understand like how much that takes to, for one, be able to do that live is huge,
It's
but
huge.
the amount of energy that you're taking on and giving out for tarot is, I mean, oracles as well, but tarot, I feel like it's a lot.
Yeah, and that's another like I like to highlight people who want to do that, because I'm like this is, it helps people understand why you need to set a personal appointment
Yeah.
to do tarot. It's not like, oh, can I get a quick read on the rest of the month?
Yeah.
Like I can pretty quickly, but it's only because I already know.
Yeah.
Like they'll give me the cards just to show, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, because like I already know, but they'll just give me the right cards to show. But I'm like, for a true tarot appointment, wow, that takes some time.
It does. It really does.
And you
Yeah.
got to be so specific with your questions. You can't just be like, how's it going to go? Because, like, how do you think it's going to go? Like, just trust your gut. We don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it really like, I mean, you're channeling source or higher self, whatever, and it's, so it's like there you're that's a lot, right? It's a lot
Yes.
to be able to do that like in that moment live with a whole bunch of people.
Yes. Yes. I started a Patreon channel. Sorry, you guys, it's full, but we'll see if I start a smaller one. But
Yeah.
I have like a group of just 15 people. So it's quite nice. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like I gotten to know them, and they're almost family. I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I don't mind, because I do like private reads on them.
Hmm.
So it gives you that time and that space where they can ask those kind of questions. But like on a live,
It's
it's super hard. That's why a lot of times
super
I'll
hard.
go to oracle cards, or when their loved ones come through, they always want the rose oracle cards
Hmm. I
that
love
are,
those ones.
yes, or return to the soul. And for a long time they wanted the sacred destiny cards. I had to look down and see what the title was, the sacred destiny cards, but they want me to do like a 15 card layout. So I'm like, all right. I did it for a lot at the beginning because I didn't have a lot of viewers on. So I'm like, okay, I got time. But now I'm like, I can't take
Right.
time to do 15 cards and explain what you're
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah. No, that's a personal reading. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. If you open up your Patreon again, I would love to hear about that
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it gets open.
well, I had a lower level and like no one signed up for it, which is fine. So I might reopen that one, but that one gave you like 2 live chats a month with me in a newsletter every week. I think I was doing. But the other one,
I
you
love
get to
that.
read with me for a half hour a month. So
Yeah.
everyone kind of congregated to there. So I'm just like, all right. And that took a lot of my energy. So, but I might open the lower one again. I'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
love it.
Ava just opened a Patreon.
Ava did.
Yes.
Oh, right on. Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. Because after she did her show, I'm like, you know what? You might want to think
Yeah.
about that, because it's a great way to do readings.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Is so many of us are finding like what our areas are that we're wanting to like work to get out of this like
Yes.
matrix. What is our calling? What are like tapping into our gifts and abilities that is different for each and every one of us, which
Yes.
is so beautiful, right? It is,
Yeah.
that's
But
what
we're
I
also
love. We're all so
intertwined. Yeah.
yeah, and so unique, right? And we just, and it's like, I know I've been working like a lot more on like putting myself out there. And again, it's a learning thing to be like, okay, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this step and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna work on a website. And so I love seeing that. I actually this
Yes.
right before I got on, my friend Malika that does chanting, she does kirtan chanting, and I was able to catch her live just before.
Oh, that sounds
Oh, and
fabulous.
it was just like it was so beautiful. And it's just to see people like blossoming and their lotus flower just opening is
Yes.
I just I love it.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I especially love to find anyone that's good. That and singing bowls have my heart.
Yeah.
All the singing bowl things, I'm like, all right, I can play those just for hours. And the
Yeah,
cat like
me
is
too.
in the sunbeam, and I'm just sitting here listening to singing bowls. I'm like, this is fantastic.
My animals too love it when I'm listening to singing bowls or I'm playing them. They're just like,
Yes.
"Ooh."
Yeah, I have quite a few singing bowls myself. We all do. It's like we all collect the
Mhm.
same things. Selenite and
I love
singing
it.
bowls. No, I'm just-
Yeah, never too many.
no, no. So what kind of cards do you read? Do you do tarot, oracle, all of them?
I do, yeah. So I started mostly like Oracle's kind of been my thing for like the longest time. And
Okay.
then I've always had an interest in tarot, but tarot is always kind of like I always felt like I needed to, I mean, you do have to know more about tarot, like all the cards, the decks. It is more like it's the combination of the like intellect and the intuitive like coming
Correct.
together, which I mean
Yep,
Oracle is too, but you don't
it
need to
is.
like memorize them, right? Like
Yeah.
I
Literally, I tell people when they start, I'm so glad my husband moved these shelves up here for me. I'm like, buy this, the tarot Bible.
oh, ooh,
It
I'm gonna
tells you
write this
everything
down.
you want to know.
The tarot Bible. I'm writing this down.
I think it's in the clearance section of Amazon.
Oh,
It was like
okay.
$2.99. It's the greatest book ever.
Sweet.
Because I'm like, if
I
you're a
love that.
beginner, I'm like, it tells you everything. Like it tells you, like, look at the pictures and everything. I'm like, it tells you everything that
Um,
you want to know about everything.
yeah, I have a similar book like that. It's over in my
Yeah,
living room
yeah.
there.
You know,
That
like
is similar to that.
I'm like, we
But
all
that
have
one
a
looks
book.
even,
Yeah, this one's
yeah.
huge. It's huge, but I'm like, it gives you like every nuance to the card. And people, that takes a lot of time to learn. I was so fortunate because like I had my parents and my grandma and my mom, we used to do it when we were little. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of
That's
work.
actually a fun thing about unschooling as well is there's like, what things do like what do you guys want to learn? So we work on things like chakra systems, the tarot cards. We're just starting ancient Egypt.
Oh,
I kind of talked to you a
fun.
little bit about
Yeah, that, that's
the
exciting.
connection with yeah, but it is so exciting because like I'm excited to learn too, right? Like there's so many things that I'm like, man, we don't learn any of these things. And like, I mean, they're all tools. Like these are just tools of,
Yes,
so yes, I understand. I know some people when they hear tarot and stuff or pendulums, they're the programming that
the
we've been
program
put
is
into
very
us,
deep. Yep,
it's very deep. And so they, right away are like, oh, that's evil, that's wrong. And I mean, yes, anything can be used
but anything
for
can
the
be used both
wrong.
ways. Yes, anything. You
Anything
could use
can, right?
newspaper the wrong way. Hello.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it's your intent, it's the
Mhm.
conduit who's doing it. What are you channeling, and like you've spoken about it, lots of people have spoken, when you're channeling from the light, from good, from source,
Oh,
because you can
absolutely.
feel the love. You
Yes.
can feel that.
It's like they just wrap you
So
in it. They wrap you in it, and it feels so
yeah,
good. You don't want to leave, but you have to.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and we
yeah.
volunteer.
So I work,
Yeah,
yeah, we exactly.
we volunteered.
We did. We can. I have to remind myself that, especially the last while. I'm like, I came here for this.
We did. And I remember jumping. I get the biggest kick out of this story because I literally remember jumping and I jumped with someone else, which is weird because I was a twin and my mom miscarried my twin. But
Oh,
I don't think I jumped with my twin. So I have no idea who I jumped with. But I'm like, I remember jumping. And then literally as I was in the birth canal, I'm like, oh my God, we got this. Because we were all like, oh my God, this is so easy. We're gonna give you amnesia. Bye. I'm like, amnesia.
wow.
And then like all of a sudden you're born, you're like,
Like,
what? And they're
what?
like, what? I'm like,
What
I
just
think that's why
happened?
babies come out crying. They're like, what?
Yeah, I've said that too. I'm like, I swear the cry is like, what happened?
Yes, like no, no, I don't want no.
Yeah, you don't realize you're like, oh yeah, let's do this like mission, and then you're here and you're like,
Yeah,
beat me up. I don't know what I agreed
right.
to.
And now like all this stuff is coming back to people, and a lot of it feels weird to people who are
Yeah,
deeply ingrained.
yeah,
But like let it in, sit with
yeah.
it, see how you feel, explore.
Exactly. Be open to it. Like that's for me. I grew up Catholic and then I actually
Yeah.
out of high school, I became a born again Christian. I always called myself like a bohemian Christian because I never fit into the boxes. There was
Right.
always things I questioned. I was
Yep.
always into crystals and energy work and all,
Yeah.
right? So, but I saw it was like that connection to God was always there.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I've said this always, and it's like I've said this so many times that I am at a place now where I'm the most connected to my angel guides, my guardian
Yes.
angels, working with them on a daily basis,
Right.
connected to source. And yet I'm more open with doing, oracle or tarot and pendulum work. And people um, will ridicule me for that, and it's like, and the fact with my energy healing with, they say that that's like evil or wrong. And it's like,
And I've always
it's
loved energy
directly,
healing. Yes, I've
yeah,
loved
it's
Reiki
directly
forever.
from source.
I remember when they did that with acupuncture. They're like, acupuncture is evil. I'm
Mhm.
like, why? They're just moving energy around your. I never understood any of it. I was the one who asked why in the Catholic high school.
Yep.
Yeah, I left at 16, much to my
Yeah.
mother's chagrin. I mean, I graduated high school and everything, but I was just like, I don't want anything more to do with this Catholic thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm super good. I
Yeah.
understand it all. No, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. I think anytime you're getting that blockage for asking questions, that's your answer right there to get out of it.
Exactly.
That's what I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, question me. If I'm talking about or saying something and you're like questioning or like not resonating with that or don't understand, question me. Like,
Question. Right.
question everything, like why? Because so many things, right? There, even just like how you cook things. Well, why do you add that? Or why do you, oh, I don't know. I think my mom just always did that, and it's like, but
I
getting to
know.
know those reasons why.
I know. And my mom's laughing. I'm sorry. She's been dead 12 years. The other day I said 10 years. I'm like, God, that doesn't sound right. And then I'm like, holy crap, I keep missing spaces of time. It's really weird.
Well, these last like 2.5 years are,
Yes, right. I'm like, okay, so that. But you say that, and she's laughing because I was the kid who started talking, and all I did was ask why.
yeah.
And she'd be like, because I said so. But
Yeah.
why? Why are you saying that? I still do that to this day. It drives people nuts sometimes. And I'm like, I want to know why. Like, why?
Yeah.
Just explain to me why. And I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. And
I'm
there's
like,
a reason why kids go through that stage, right? Where as
yes,
parents, you're like, it does kind of like make you go nutty of everything's like, well, why? But because kids are the one, they're still so they're not indoctrinated. They're so connected to source and their angel guides and like
yes,
fairies and unicorns, like you
yes,
all of it, right? And so it's like that's why they're asking the why question.
exactly. And yeah, and I love it because you're letting your kids have an imagination. Like a lot of kids don't have that. They're just like, they're so just like, oh, let me go home and get on the computer. Let me go home and watch TV. And I'm like, what? I'm like, we had 4 stations that we actually had to get up and turn the channel for. We were outside. Like you got home from school,
Yeah. I was,
mom, your parents were like, be home by dark. But granted, they knew everybody in the
yeah.
neighborhood, but we're like, okay, bye.
Yeah,
No
you
kids
were
do that
gone
anymore.
outside. I know. I've talked about that a lot because I remember being like, we would go out on our bikes and we would just be
Yes.
out like all, and then it was like
And
the
like when
lights would
you
come on. You're like, oh, I gotta go home.
go home and when you could ride your bike, just the freedom that you had, you thought you were like,
Oh,
you were like the queen. Oh my God, I could go like around 2 blocks.
yeah,
You know?
it's so true. Yeah, my kids do. My younger two, they're outside. Even yesterday, like we have full bones like winters, just like, hi, I'm here.
We were like that. And then the
But
last 2 days
they,
have been in the 70s. So I'm like, okay, Indian summer.
oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I'll take that.
Yeah, it's been nice, but then the nights get down to the 40s and I'm unsure what's going on. And the cat wants the window open the whole time. And I'm like, no, that's not
Oh,
happening.
can't happen.
No, no. But where are you in Canada?
I'm in Saskatchewan.
Oh, I actually know where that is.
You do?
Yes, I really do. Yeah, my uncle and my uncle actually married a Canadian. So my
Yeah.
cousins are actually Canadian and American. So we went all over Canada.
Yeah.
I'm literally an hour
Yeah.
and a half from the border because I'm in Rochester. I can go right over the border. And I'm like 3 hours
Wow.
from Toronto. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Canada.
Sweet. Yeah. And see, you know what? Because I'm from New Mexico,
Yep.
we always spent time going back to New Mexico. So
Mexico.
I sadly have not explored Canada very much.
Oh, you need to get
But I
out
would love
there. It's
to.
beautiful. It's
I do.
beautiful country.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. He comes
He's
first.
wanting to go outside. He's like, I want to go outside. Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute. I can't see him, but his hair is super cute. He's got curls.
Yeah.
I love that. So
Yeah.
I have a weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I have a weird crystal question for you, only because this came,
Sure.
I ordered rose quartz, and I'm sitting here with it. And I'm like, it doesn't. Granted, it's raw. Does that look like rose quartz to you? Because it doesn't at all look like rose quartz to me. It looks like clear. There's no pink in it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but to me it looks like clear quartz.
Yeah, doesn't it? I like got this whole bag of it, and I'm like, like every piece is clear.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, so
I know
who sent me clear quartz, but I'm like, all right.
some rose quartz can be really light. Yeah, probably just sit with it for a while and see if you feel, because you'll feel the real
I'm,
like love
yeah,
vibration.
I'm like, I don't see any pink in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I'm not, I
feel the
mean,
immediate love with it, you know? So I'm just kind of like, I'm just letting it sit there by my Palo Santo. And I'm like, people laugh, but I'm like, you're kind of in timeout till I get used to you. And if I want you here.
yeah, you have to, I love that you say that because, it's like that. Everything is energy. Everything has
Yes.
a frequency. Everything is energy. And you really do, especially like cards, crystals, cleanse them
Yeah.
and
And
connect with them. Do you actually connect with them before you start using these
oh my
things?
God, you
And
have to. And I have cards
you
that
have
are
to.
used, and I'm like, don't throw your cards out.
Yes.
They're down there because people don't understand. And I'll do a video one day on what you have to do if you want to get rid of cards, but like, just don't throw them out.
No, or give them away. Like there's been times
Yes.
where there's cards where, like you said, I've kept them, but they don't call to me. And
Right.
then
But I
somebody
might
will
call
be
to
at my
someone else.
house
Uh-huh.
and they're called to them and I'm like, they're yours. Our
They're
crystal, it's like they'll be
absolutely.
looking at this one crystal and they love it. And I'm like, I don't like, because I work with my crystals. I mean, I have them
Yes.
everywhere, but I
Yes.
work with them too. Like
Yes.
but if there's crystals I'm not using and somebody is drawn to it, it's their crystal.
Yeah.
It's meant for them.
Exactly. Because people are like, well, how do you buy crystals? I'm like, I go buy what's pretty. And they're like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what resonates with me. I'm like, whatever I think's pretty is coming home with me.
Yeah.
Most
Because
part,
they're calling to you.
yes, and it usually will be black
Yeah.
or like pink or something funky. Like blue lapis, I
Yeah.
love, but I think it's just like the throat
Mm,
thing. I love blue lapis. But I'm
yeah.
like, I have tiger's eye and it comes in very handy, but I'm like, would it be something I'm naturally drawn to? Probably not.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I need it.
There you go.
But I need it. So
Yeah.
it comes to me because I need it. But I'm like, you'll find like just go into a crystal shop and pick them up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
They will speak to you. They will. And
yeah,
there's some crystals that I have that exact thing, right? It spoke to me in a crystal shop. And I don't even remember which ones they are now. And I'm like, but there was a reason why that crystal spoke
yep,
to me. So
yeah, yeah. And it's very like you can't tell people what to buy. And they're like, well, what does that crystal mean? I'm like, well, look it up. I said, and if you're in a
Mhm.
good crystal shop, they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
Like you could just
Yeah.
ask them. It's like going into a
Yeah.
naturopath store and asking for medicine. They're going to
Yeah.
tell you what to
Yeah.
take.
Yeah. Exactly.
We have a lot of people trying to get off
Yeah.
prescriptions and stuff. And I'm like, and that's great. And I appreciate it. And I applaud them. But I'm like, some of them, like you have to go talk to someone to see what you could take in place of it.
Oh yeah.
Like don't
Yeah.
just stop, dear God, like wait,
Yeah. Yeah. The transition, right? There's always a
Yes,
transition in
yes,
things.
yes.
So,
And they're like, but will I ascend? And I'm like, well, do you think you're gonna like, you already know, you guys already know. We've come this
yeah.
far. Like you guys know, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's again a lot of the programming of like going outside of ourselves. So
Yes.
we're still in that like having to get like validation or having somebody tell us. But really like you say you're so good at like reminding people, And I mean it's still good. I mean, I still get readings from other
So
people and
do I.
energy clearings
Yeah,
from other
we all
people
do.
as well
Yeah.
too. We all do. It's confirmation, you know, like I had a reading on a topic me and you were
Yeah.
talking about of something that I
Yes.
was like, okay, this is coming up. I need some confirmation.
Yes.
And then, you know, clearing, because those
Correct.
of us working, you know, either on YouTube or energy healing, divination, any of that, it's so important to also get clearing done from
Yes.
somebody else as well.
Yes. And we all are a community. We all do it just like our people do. But I'm like, you guys
Mhm.
already know, like they know the answers. And I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting them more comfortable with trusting themselves,
Yeah.
which is
Exactly.
fantastic. So what's your
It
favorite
is.
deck? I gotta ask
Ooh,
out of all of them.
that's okay. So if I were to go tarot,
Hmm.
I think my Light Seer's deck
Yeah, I like that
is
one.
my favorite for tarot. Um, ooh, Oracle, that's a hard one. It
I know this,
depends
but like oracles, yeah.
because there's so many. Like if I want to connect with like Isis, it's my
Mhm.
Isis one. If I want to connect to like off-worlders, it would be like my Lumerian.
Yes,
But I have a
yes,
lot angels. Like I do the most with angels. So like
yes,
even when I do angel or when I do like energy work with people, I offer the angel cards to have like an angel. So I think it would
yes.
be one of my angel cards would
Very
probably
nice.
be,
Very nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I have so many. And I'm like, I use them all for the most part. Yeah.
It's
They're,
hard not to. Like
I
there's just
know.
so I got the ones that
Do you have
you
those ones
showed. I
yet?
just got those.
These are
I knew you were
phenomenal. I
gonna show
love
them.
them. I know I love these. I love these.
I've seen both you and Taylor Moon use them,
Yep.
and it's like I was so connected to them, and I was like, I
Yep. And
have to
I
get
got the
those.
second one because these a lot of loved ones want to come through. It's
Ooh,
probably
Return of
the same
Spirit.
author, Return of the Spirit, but these
Oh,
ones, they're beautiful. Look at how blue they are.
oh, wow.
And these have great messages on them. I'm just holding this one up because, you know, hey, like that one says celestial. Like they give you really good messages from the other side when people want to come through. They're
Oh, I love
fantastic
that. I'm
cards.
writing that down.
And then I don't know, I'm addicted apparently to Alana Fairchild. I don't know why. It's like who's oh, they're super pretty. Okay. And they
Her
just
stuff is amazing.
it is. It's just amazing. But her rummy cards. Am I saying that right?
Ooh, show me these ones.
They're freaking beautiful. These called to me.
Oh,
They're gorgeous, gorgeous
oh my
cards.
goodness. Okay, I'm writing this all down.
That's fine. No, this and people, this is how we do it. This is how we all get our cards. We ask
Yeah.
people. It comes with like this
Oh,
beautiful book of how to use it, which is fantastic. But these cards are like, look at that. They're beautiful.
oh wow.
And these are a lot like
Her
the
cards.
path. Yeah. They're like some of them have little messages on them. Other ones are just numbers or how they make you feel. But like, look at the artwork. That's like a
Oh
freaking
wow.
painting.
Oh, that is. Oh, that's so
Oh,
beautiful.
they're just beautiful, beautiful cards. And I don't know why I even got these, but like one person made an appointment. And I want to say it was like their grandfather came through and he's like, I won't come through unless you use it. I'm like, okay. So here I am ordering cards. I'm like, okay. But I've used them more. They're fantastic.
Yeah. Well, the Rose Oracle ones that you work with a lot
Yes.
of, those
Yep.
are my those are my Mary Magdalene. So anytime I want to like connect with her, those are always I grab those cards.
Yeah. I literally just got my first set of Mary Magdalene cards because someone told me to order a set and I ordered the wrong set, but they speak to me more.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's never a
There's never
wrong.
a wrong, there's never a wrong buy. I'm just saying there isn't. It's meant to be yours, you know?
Meant to be. I love that.
That's fantastic. So do you do private readings if people wanted a private reading or not?
So I haven't added that to my website yet, but I have done it for people. Like I've had people ask me for private. So I have done them.
Yeah.
And then like I said, when I do the energy healing work, I always offer people an angel card. And then I also work with the energy code cards from, oh my goodness, I always blank on his name right when I'm trying to talk. Brad. I'm the worst at names. I'm
That's okay.
getting him and Mark out. It's not, I get Mark Atwood's
I
in my
know.
head right now for some reason, but it's not Mark. It's
I love
Brad
Mark
Johnson.
Atwood. Brad Johnson.
So do I. Brad Johnson. He has these energy code cards. And again, because I work so
Right.
much with frequency, so
Yeah.
his cards are all imprinted.
Oh, beautiful.
Sage, don't grab this. They're all like imprinted with like different things to help you work on. So it's got the image, the geometric, and
Oh,
then so it's that
I'm gonna
frequency,
like
right?
those.
So
Yeah.
they're amazing. And you can put them like up to, because I talk a lot about like imprinting water and speaking and activating
Yes.
water. So
Yes.
they're a card that I will like put up to my water and let that frequency
Yep.
like go into my water and stuff. So I'll use those in energy healings as well. If
I
I
do
know
that with
like
my liquid.
usually I'll just kind of see what card comes up.
Yeah,
Which ones?
I have liquid crystal healing cards that literally I will place on my body.
Oh,
They're fantastic.
liquid crystal.
They're beautiful cards. I have the book here. Fantastic cards. They work in trinities and they have
Oh,
tree spread. They're great for moving energy around.
oh yes. Oh my goodness. That's really calling to
And
me
they're
right
beautiful.
now.
Yeah, they're
Liquid crystal.
beautiful cards. And it gives you like all the information about every stone ever. Like what is
Oh,
or what angel goes with it, what it heals.
oh my
Fabulous,
goodness.
fabulous book.
Okay, that's gonna be a number one for me because that one's really like speaking to me right now.
Because people are like, well, what do you do? They're like, why are those cards separate? I'm like, because those cards are special. Like they need to be honored and they're in their own like special spot, you know? But
Yeah.
those are great because they work in like a trinity, but you can also do a whole body spread of 11 different cards. It gets very involved, but it's you got to use very intuitive healing, but it
Hmm.
works.
Yeah.
It really, really works.
Oh, I love that. I think you just like unlocked something for me because when I do, like, I do a lot of crystals when I'm doing energy healing, like, even if I'm doing distance. But I usually just, I tap into the person and see what crystals are calling. Like, there'll just be certain crystals that they want to be part
You'll
of their
love those.
energy session.
Yep. You'll
But
love
yeah,
those.
so
Yeah.
these are Brad's cards.
Oh, those
I don't
are
know if you can see
beautiful.
them. They're all just so like
Oh
amazing.
my God, that's so pretty. It reminds me of Christmas. Yay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
snow. Sorry, but I love snow.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It actually really helped. I posted a photo the other day that we got like dumped on. And it's
Yes.
like, because I'm really trying to work this year at like not letting myself get really low because our winters are
Right.
very long and
They
very
are.
cold
A
here.
lot of vitamin D
But
free.
everybody, yeah, yeah. Everybody was commenting on how beautiful it was.
It is.
And it helped me turn it around. And I was like, it is, because it is so beautiful to look outside right now and just
Yep.
see the blanket of snow over everything. And when you know, again, when you turn your like how you're looking, am I going to look at this negatively or am I going to find the positive aspect of it?
Yes.
And it was the YouTube community of people telling me
Yes.
how beautiful it was that helped me snap out of that
Yep.
negative, like, you know?
Yeah, because I love snow. And granted, I don't have to drive in it anymore because I'm legally blind. So they don't allow me to drive. So weird, right? But no. But like I've just gotten used to like the first snow. It's beautiful. And my
Yeah.
husband used to come home from work. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching it snow.
Yeah,
He's like,
it is
and
beautiful.
he loves snow and he used to be out in it all the time. I told him this year when you're home, you're gonna understand what I mean. Like you just sit there and watch it snow.
You can watch it. Yeah. Get like a warm drink.
Yeah.
I love to be in layers. So like that is there's, find the things that you love. I love to be in layers and like
Yeah.
I
So
love
you've got your
warm
most
drinks.
favorite blanket and you're just like all cuddled up. And I'm just like, this is fantastic, and you got the fake fireplace going on the TV. And I'm like, it's fine. you
I
know?
do that too. I totally do the fake fireplace.
Yeah. I mean, we have a real fireplace, but it's wood and it's just a pain in the neck. I'm like, I don't want a 12-hour fire. I just like, no, turn on TV. We're good. you know?
I actually just moved my living room around yesterday because where the couch was, it covers our heater. And
Yep.
I'm like, okay, this year we're gonna change it. So I put it in front of our fireplace because I have like it's a gas one, but it's
Yes.
really hard to turn on.
Yep.
Like and it freaks me out because I'm always scared I'm gonna leave the gas on. So I just don't
Right.
use it.
I would be the same way.
Um,
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like it's weird to be covering it right now, but now I have like the heat coming, and yeah, I put on the fake fire and it
Yes.
feels like there's a real
Yes, and it feels so good. No, I'm a big, I
one.
don't know. I'm very into interior design. I always have been, and feng shui is a huge thing. So I'll just like my poor husband. So I'm like, we
Always
bought,
moving.
yes, well, I bought a vanity when he retired because I'm like, we only have one bathroom. And I'm like, the poor guy, he doesn't want to sit there while I put on makeup. I'm like, so we moved the whole bedroom around to fit this vanity. I hated it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not right. He's like, just try it. I tried it for like 2 weeks, and every day he heard about how it wasn't right. So I'm like, we're moving the whole room again. Hey, right back to
Yeah.
where it was, because I found the spot where it'll fit. He's
Yeah.
like, okay, but I love that because he's just like, it's got to feel right. And I'm like, because he's like
Yeah.
me, he's also a Virgo, so he gets the whole thing. And I'm like, thank you for getting that, because not
Yeah.
only your room needs to feel right,
Hmm.
it needs to flow
Oh
right.
yeah.
You're worried about the gas? Absolutely, you should block it off.
Yeah.
Why have a visual reminder of what you're worried about?
Exactly. Yeah, you have to.
Part of
That's
it.
what, like, anytime I've moved, it's like the first thing I do is set up so that I have like like a sacred space so that
Yes,
I feel at home. I can find, even if I've got boxes everywhere or whatever, it's like I've got that space of like sacredness and feel, like you said, feeling comfortable. It's so important.
yes. And I'm like, I don't care. Like people think we have studios and stuff. I'm like, no, this is just our spare room. I bought a
Yeah.
screen. 'Cause I just was like, okay, I don't want people staring at a window. But I'm like, no, it's just our spare room.
Yeah.
But it's your sacred space. And I love that. Everybody needs it. So you guys make your sacred space.
Make your sacred space. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to end with today before we go? This has been a great
Um,
talk. Thank you for doing this with
I
me.
know.
I
I
learned
could
so
just
much.
talk to you. I could talk to you for hours. It's so amazing to be able to speak with you. Yeah, just to remind people to, just be really gentle with yourself at this time. The energies are really high.
Yes.
Give yourself permission to take the time to yourself, to find your center, and to find how can you harness this energy,
Yes. And
in order to
drink a
get
ton of water. Holy crap.
ton of water. And like I said, activate, speak into your water. Like, we are that powerful that whatever we speak, whatever we think is what we are creating. So, I always, and it does, again, it doesn't have to be some big ritual. There are times where I will do it as a ritual,
Yes,
but on a daily basis, it's, love, gratitude, and joy. And then you're
exactly.
taking that in.
Yeah, it's almost
So,
like grace for your water for people that are
mhm.
religious. It's like grace for your water. Be grateful for it because we all need it. So,
And we are water.
yes, we are. We sure are. That's
And
fantastic.
this, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Mary.
Thank
This
you
has
for
just been so
thank you
amazing.
for coming. I appreciate it. All right, you guys, I will drop links down below, you guys, so you know this. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time.
Sounds good. Thank
Bye.
you.